handheld gaming is certainly the future of gaming. Welcome to the Exiled Light Rambles channel. So that is what this is. If you want to see actually well put together, thoughtful, scripted content, check out the main channel Exiled, but this is just for rambling. Today though, I wanted to talk about handheld gaming. Specifically the ROG Ally in this case, not really because I'm just talking about handhelds generally, but that's the one that I have. I really love this device, I think it looks really clean and also it runs games really well. However, for others that might be a Steam Deck, it might be a Lenovo Legion, or the other types of handhelds. Specifically though, when I talk about handhelds, I'm not talking about a Nintendo Switch. I do own a Switch OLED, but I just don't play it that often. I'm not a big Switch gamer, but I've been really loving my time playing games on this device. And for the first time ever, in a long time, as I've owned this now for almost a year, it's coming up to a year because I got it around Christmas time last year. And I really love playing on this device. I used to really enjoy playing it when I first got it, but then I kind of dropped off playing it. And I've noticed this with a lot of creators who talk about handheld gaming, whether that's the Steam Deck and so on, which is that you go through that initial very much, comfort phase, not comfort phase, that, the beginning of a relationship phase, I forgot what you call it, honeymoon phase, there you go. And for me, that was playing Civilization 6 for 2 weeks straight whilst watching Big Bang Theory all the way through around New Year's last year. And I spent so much time, and the only downside to having a white handheld is that the dirt on your hands can end up rubbing into this, so you have to keep wiping it off. That might just be the fact that my hands are dirty, but they're cleaned quite often, so I don't really understand that. But yeah, I found myself recently just wanting to get back into playing games for fun. And I just wasn't really drawn to playing a game on PC, for example, because I always find myself entering into this over-the-top, like, I need to be focused in, I need to be on the grind, I need to be competitive. You're hunched over the desk, getting all into that mode. I didn't want to go into that. I also know that my girlfriend's been using the PC a lot, so I couldn't really use it as much if I wanted to just jump on at any point. Then there's the other option, which is I own a PlayStation 5, I own a Switch, I own an Xbox Series X. But none of them were really drawing me in. I wasn't really in the mood to, just sit and play a game that I had on those consoles. And then I remembered, oh yeah, I own this. So I was like, you know what, let's download it and start using it how it's meant to be used. I downloaded an emulator to play Pokemon Black and White, as that was the first proper Pokemon game I played all the way through. And then I downloaded a bunch of games. The games that I've got on here, so the current game that I'm playing and making my way through, if you want to see some really thoughtful and actually developing stages of content, Hollow Knight is the game of choice. Go check out the main channel. Right now I've got about 3 or 4 other videos planned as mini video essays for this game. But yeah, I'm loving my time with it. I've sunk about 17 and a half hours in over the course of the last week alone since starting the game, and I'm loving my time with it. And I'm someone who's a rager gamer, okay? I get angry very easily, so it's definitely one of those where, because you're holding it, it's very easy to get annoyed and be like, I'm done with this, and just launch it, or, do things that you probably shouldn't do. However, I've been really focusing in on trying to develop the skill, the muscle of not getting as angry at games all the time, and accepting that I'm going into a fight and that I'm going to die more often. And for me, that's led to a few other video ideas that I've got, and I'm looking at the thumbnails right now, and I think these thumbnails are genuinely gorgeous, but when it comes to it, I've just been really wanting to just jump into a game, play it for fun, not make it for a video, whereas that's kind of where I've always been for quite a while. I make videos out of games that I'm playing, and this came as a shock, which was I was playing this originally, and I was like, I really want to write my thoughts on it, and just kind of gather some initial ideas and thoughts. And then it led to this blend of video that I want to make, which is video essay with Let's Play, which is kind of what I'm developing currently. And yeah, when it comes to it though, on my handheld, I've got Hollow Knight, GTA 5 is on here, because I really want to replay GTA 5 at some point soon. I'm really looking forward to GTA 6 when that does come out, but GTA 5 for me is a game that I really want to replay the main story of. I've tried over and over again, but I think playing on the handheld will just hit different, and it runs really well on the handheld as well. Borderlands 2, a game that I couldn't ever get into when I was younger, but I want to play Borderlands 4 as I've seen people talking about it, I've seen people playing it, and I've seen it run on these things, and it runs really well. BattleBit, Celeste, Dishonored, yet another game that I know everything about, I've watched people play, I've just never properly played it myself, as when I was a kid, I was terrified to play the game. Hades, Liar's Bar, Mirthwood, Portal 2, Sable, Sea of Stars, South Park The Stick of Truth, Tunic, Valhelm, Balatro, Campervan, Make It Home, Cozy Game, Cast and Chill, yet again. I'm really struggling to talk right now. Cozy Game, Assassin's Creed 3, which will definitely be a game I'm playing this winter. I've got a video that I want to talk about playing Skyrim this winter, but Assassin's Creed 3 is a top tier winter game if you're going to play one just for the snow. It's kind of up there with where people think about, Mafia 2, for example. And also, sorry if the video is kind of breaking up a little bit right now. It kind of does this from time to time for some reason. But yeah, Civ 7, Along Dark, Skyrim, Civ 6, Stardew Valley, LA Noire. And those are kind of the main games right now that I've got on here. I'm trying to just turn it off. I'm missing the power button. But yeah, for me, I genuinely think handheld gaming is the future of gaming, purely because it allows you to genuinely just love playing a game. It's the thing that I used to love about having a Nintendo Switch. You could sit there and play for 20 minutes, or you could play for hours on end and just get lost in the experience. Versus when you go to sit down and play on a TV, or you go to play on a PC, there's this inner expectation of like, okay, I'm going to sit down for a gaming session. I'm going to sit down and play multiple games of CSGO, or I'm going to sit down and put 2 hours into Red Dead Redemption 2, as I recently replayed it for the video that I'm making. With handheld gaming, though, there's not that expectation. You can pick it up and play for 20 minutes. You can pick it up and play for 4 or 5 hours. And it just feels natural either way. And I think that's what I really like about this. And it's genuinely rekindling a huge amount of love that I had for games, and will allow me to check out so many games that I wrote off for years upon years, with this being one of them. Hollow Knight is one of those games that I wrote off for years, but I'm finally checking out, and I'm so grateful for the ROG Ally for that fact. So yeah, that's today's ramble. I want to talk to you about, handheld gaming and how I'm genuinely in love with it. So please pick up a handheld if you haven't. I know that they can be expensive, but if you're looking for anything for this Christmas and you have someone in mind who might be able to pick you up one, or you want to gift yourself one, check out either an ROG Ally, a Steam Deck, a Lenovo Legion, whatever it might be. I love this thing, and I think for many people who are looking for games to just love and play and rekindle that love, you're going to find it with this.